Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the SaveSAwine live stream. Tonight we're looking a little bit at our featured producer of today. Our featured producer of today is Nativo Wines. You can go to nativo.co.za. This is part of our 60 in 60 campaign. We are featuring one producer a day for the next 60 days. For 60 days. We started on the 30th of August, and this continues until the 28th of October. And you can check out Nativo Wines at nativo.co.za. It's a small family-run winery ran by Argentinian-born Billy Hughes. He planted this vineyard with the idea of making wines as simple as possible. There's basically he's making organic wines, no chemicals, no additives, minimum SO2, and he's allowing the wine to express the flavor of the farm. So great guy to support. Go to their website, nativo.co.za, and if you're going to share anything from there, please use the hashtags #1660, #SaveSAwine, and #DrinkSouthAfrican. Also, if you could please support us by going to our website. Our website is savesawine.co.za. There's a producer calendar on the site where you can see which producer is featured next and on which days. It's savewine.co.za /60 and 60. And then lastly, if you could please support us on Instagram. Yeah, it would be lovely if you could leave a comment on our Instagram account. We really need you guys to support this whole campaign, supporting our 60 producers. And one of the ways to support is just to leave a comment on our Instagram account and share this social media with as many people as possible. It's instagram.com/savesawine.co.za. And then also, it's now time to start visiting the winelands. There's many things that you can do. We've made a video called COVID-19, a wake-up call to the winelands, and it's a warning that our tourist season is going to be very, very arid. We are not expecting a lot of international tourists, so it's important that our wineries and our accommodation providers and who else might be providing a winelands experience, our restaurants, step up to the plate. And you guys need to come and promote yourselves to the local market, because that's the only real market we're going to have this year. Talking about the local market, if you guys are going to come and stay over in Stellenbosch, why not come to the fantastic Devon Valley, the Devon Valley Hotel? There's a picture of it up. Fantastic setting, and you will have a very restful stay over there. If you need more places to stay, go to bit.ly/visit Winelands. This is bit.ly/visit Winelands. And we have a free listing there for any Winelands business. So come list your deal or your accommodation or your spa experience or whatever there. Then we just want to say a big thank you again to our sponsor of our evening live stream, the Fishwives Club. The Fishwives Club have been continuously sponsoring our streams. Thank you so much for that. You guys make it possible for us to do more promotions. And if there's anybody there that want to win some of the fantastic new Fishwives Club cans that are coming out in October, you could enter by going to fishwivesclubcangiveaway.gr8.com. It's totally free. The link is in the description below, and it's fishwivesclubcangiveaway.gr8.com. So a great way for you to get more exposure for your wine or your winelands experience, your restaurant, your accommodation, or your winelands business is to use one of our premium services. We realize that times are tough, but we are here to give a helping hand. Our network are reaching more than 250,000 people every week, so it's a great place to get some promotion. And we are giving away a 500 Rand credit as a gift to anyone that wants to kickstart their promotion for summer. All you need to go do to claim your credit is go to visitthewinelands@gmail.com, and you will receive a 500 Rand credit that you can use in our media store, and you can use that to kickstart your promotion. Talking about promotion, we're doing regular podcasts, and we've done regular podcasts. The podcast is a great way to get exposure. If you want to be on your podcast, we want to get an interview, email us at visitthewinelands@gmail.com. That's visitthewinelands@gmail.com. We are back tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock. Sorry, tomorrow morning at 8:30 and tomorrow evening at 7 o'clock, with two more live streams on Monday, and a lot of exciting things happening this week. We've got Heritage Day coming up, so please support us here. And yes, what you can do now is listen to our podcast. The podcast with Justin Gous of Justin Uncork. He's a wine, spirits, and lifestyle blogger and an interesting guy to listen to. So on with the podcast.
Welcome to About the Winelands. In this show, we will be chatting to leaders, influencers, wine producers, restaurants, and other role players. Tune in every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday for your latest episodes. You will find us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram TV, Spotify, Apple Podcast, and Google Podcast. Before we start with the show, I need to share something really exciting. I recently interviewed Patrick Robertson, the CEO of the Fishwives Club Boutique Winery, and they have an absolutely awesome offer for our listeners. As a lockdown special, they have a special where if you purchase a case of wine, they will give you an incredible 45% discount on the second case. Yes, you heard that right. You get 45% discount on the second case. And as a bonus, you will also receive entry into the new wine in a can and t-shirt giveaway that ends at the end of August. This is really worth checking out, and you can check this out at the website fishwivesclub.gr8.com. Let me repeat that: fishwivesclub.gr8.com. We will put this link in the description so you can find it there as well. But you need to hurry. They only have 1,000 cases available, and this offer is restricted to one order per customer. So hurry. Good day, everyone, and welcome back to About the Winelands. Check out the link. Today I'm talking to Justin Gous. Justin is a blogger and influencer, and he's running a blog called Justin Uncork. Welcome to About the Winelands, Justin.
Thank you, Will. Thank you so much.
So Justin, tell me, how are you coping with the lockdown? Are you excited about the lockdown lifting as well?
I'm very excited. I think yesterday was a highlight in Cyril's speech when he said that we will be able to buy some alcohol again on the 1st of June. So I think that is some good news for the wine industry as well.
Oh, very good news.
But I'm coping. I'm coping fairly okay, I think.
So are you working from home at the moment?
Yes, I'm working from home, and I think we will probably work from home for, it could be until the end of the year or when this whole pandemic has ended.
No, that's good. At least you can keep working, right? Which is important.
Absolutely, yes.
So Justin, tell us a bit about yourself and how you became involved in the wine industry.
Well, I grew up in the Northern Cape. I was born in the Northern Cape in Calvinia, and I think my point of view in terms of alcohol was a bit different in the Northern Cape because, you know, the norm was always people consume beer around me. So I think that was the main thing. And then came to the Western Cape, saw all these beautiful vineyards, and I got introduced to, you know, wine farms, started going out with friends and just explored a lot with wines. And that is basically how my perception changed about, you know, beer is not always the answer. Wine, the wine is such a bigger field, if I can call it that. So that is where my interest grew for the wine industry.
Amazing. And did you start working in the wine industry after that?
Yes. So I I studied directly after school. I went to University of Stellenbosch and I studied accounting, which didn't really work out for me. Then I started working in the bank the year after that, and I realized that I'm actually not a bank person. And then I got my very first job after the bank at South African Wine Industries and Information Systems, which is called Savas.
Mhm.
I got my first job in the wine industry at Savas. And after Savas, I went to work at Graham Beck Wines. After Graham Beck, I was at Steenberg Vineyards. So Graham Beck and and Steenberg are sister companies. And after Steenberg, went to Douglas Green Bellingham, and now I'm at Distel. So I've been around the block in the wine industry.
So, you have this very exciting blog and also influencer business. So tell us about Justin Uncorked and what's the history? How did you start with this? And tell us a little bit more about that.
I I I, I I initially started a page on Instagram called Uncork and Talk. So I focused a lot on taking nice pictures just of the wines, but I didn't really feel connected to the name. And I decided, because we always go out and I would always take nice pictures on the wine farms, so why should I then hide behind the name and not show my face? Then I changed my Instagram name to Justin Uncorked, because that essentially um, gives people a more personal touch to who I am. And the reason why I chose Uncorked as part of my name is, as you uncork a bottle of wine, you tell a story. And this is basically just me telling my story virtually on Instagram.
Oh, that's amazing. I have a friend started calling you Justin Uncorked now.
Uh, a lot of them, yes.
So, so you seem to be you seem to in the beginning you used to focus on blogging, but you've recently moved away a bit more, and it looks like to me like you're focusing more on Instagram and social media. Is this by design?
It is, yeah. I think people no longer rely on newspapers and magazines, and Instagram. I have the biggest following on Instagram among all my other platforms, as Twitter and my Facebook page. So I think I gravitate just more towards Instagram at this point in time, because yeah, it just works for me.
Okay, excellent. And how important do you think social media is going to become in the future for the wine industry?
Well, I think it is already important now. I think it is now the time that the wine industry can use this platform to put their wines out there and to promote online purchases of the wines, because like we said earlier on, the ban is now lifted, so we can now try and push online sales even more. um and it makes it so much easier for us all, because we don't have to go stand in queues and put ourselves at risk to get this virus. So I don't think that it is important in the future, but now is actually the time for the wine industry to focus more on pushing online sales and putting themselves out there.
Yes, I totally agree with you. I think this is going to be a growing trend, and well, it's been a growing trend for a long time, but it's now been speeded up, right, with what's happened in the industry. So you
Yes.
are you are becoming quickly becoming an influencer in the industry, and with the following you're getting on Instagram, you must be noticed by wine producers and people contacting you to asking you to maybe do things and stuff like that. So what does a wine producer do,
Yes.
or a winelands business, if they want to see you there as an influencer? Because it looks to me like you're not only doing, just to backtrack a little bit, you're not just interested in wine, you're also interested more in lifestyle, in traveling, and also even restaurants and stuff like that. Am I right?
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
So if a business is out there and they are trying to get your attention, how did they, get you to actually write something for them or about them? What did they need to do?
So a lot of businesses use PR companies. So these PR companies would then scout for influencers or bloggers within the portfolio, for instance, wine. And the PR companies would then reach out to us and send us media jobs. And we then take it from there. So we would take pictures and tell the audience about how we enjoy the wines or food or whatever we get sent. So I think a lot of the wine farms or wine companies use PR companies to, reach out to influencers and bloggers.
Okay. So that would be the avenue to really, if somebody's sitting there with as a smaller producer or with a small restaurant and is thinking, yes, I'm seeing this guy Justin on Instagram, maybe if he posts something about my restaurant, I'll get more sales. They can just DM you right on your Instagram page. So am I right
Yes,
if I
yeah,
say that?
yes, you are. So it can be a DM or it can be an email, any form of communication.
I quickly want to share something exciting. I have heard via the grapevine that the Fishwives Club will be launching a new lifestyle club soon. If you have not heard of the Fishwives Club yet, just know that you are probably missing out on the sexiest wine label out there. To stay in the loop, please quickly go and follow them on Instagram. The Instagram handle is at the Fishwives Club Lifestyle. Let me repeat that. At the Fishwives Club Lifestyle. Now, on with the show.
So what is your long-term vision for as an influencer? What is your income? What would you like to do, Justin? Where would you like to take this?
I think when I started this blogging thing, my goal was to, see more or get more young people involved in drinking wines, and realize that wine is not just to get wasted, if I can call it that, but you can pair wine with food, with different types of food, and so I think essentially my focus would be to just reach out to more young people, the people that needs more education on wine, but not just education, just to connect with people and tell a story to them, and also just to make people aware that wine is not expensive, and going out to wine farms, you literally just need like $200 to have a decent wine tasting and just enjoy the views of the wine farms. I mean, we in Stellenbosch and Paul, we have such beautiful wine farms. So that is ultimately my goal, just to reach out to more young people to get more involved in the enjoyment of wine.
So if you look at your social media following, what would you say would be the demographics, the age groups, and the split between male and female, that type of thing?
According to the demographics, I think more male follow me. I think it could be over 60%, and then the age is between 32 and 40. So it's more or less in my age group where people would and it's actually a good thing that more males follow me in this case, because it's nice to know that there are young guys that also enjoy wine.
That's true, and it's interesting that it's a growing group. So if you look at the way they are interested in wine, like the traditional, I think people older than 50 are more interested in the older type things, right? Where does the wine come from? The history of the farm, the winemaker stories. So your age group, what are their interests? What are they looking for? Are they more interested in price? Are they interested in experience? What do they like?
So I think people in my age group are more into the experience, going out to wine farms and have a bottle of wine with their friends. But the price also plays a role in wine, in them purchasing wines. So it's a bit of both, I would say, but more so enjoying the wine and the experience of it.
Yeah, that's interesting. So something else that's I'm just thinking of that's popped up lately. I've seen that there's a few brands coming up with important thing that you've personally learned?
Um, I think number one is that not all rosés are sweet. I always had this perception that a rosé wine is a sweet wine, and I'm not a sweet wine drinker. That is number one. Number two is that, not all your cheaper wines that you see on the shelves in shops are of lesser quality. Because if you are an expensive drinker, you would gravitate towards an expensive bottle because you think it's of better quality, but it's not always the case. Yeah, and that wine is just nice to enjoy, and you can do so much with wine.
Oh, that's awesome. I mean, so Justin, I ask everyone this question is your favorite wine quote. Do you have your own one, or is there one that's your favorite?
I don't have my own one, but I always see on Twitter when someone opens a bottle of wine at 10 in the morning or at 9 or at 1, someone would say, it is 5 o'clock somewhere in the world. So there's never a wrong time for you to open a bottle of wine or to enjoy a glass.
That's funny because people always say, the Boeing's over, but these days you would never be drinking because there's no flights.
That's true, yeah.
But yeah, that's a good one. And Justin, if people want to get hold of you and want to connect with Justin, or how do they get hold of you? What's the best places?
Best places, Instagram, so it will be just at Justin_uncorked. I'm also on Twitter, same handle, Justin Uncorked, and Facebook page, same name, and then my website. But Instagram, it doesn't really matter. Yeah.
Instagram's the thing. So just as we've been hammering on about Instagram, and I can see you focusing on it. Do you believe that that people you feel that people are moving away from Facebook a lot to Instagram, and that Instagram is going to become the powerhouse driving social media in the future?
Yes, I think so. And personally, myself, if I look at all my Facebook memories that pops up every day, I'm thinking, yo, I posted a lot on Facebook and the things that I said, but I'm definitely using Instagram more. I think that is the first thing you do when you wake up in the morning. You go on Instagram and you check people's pictures and you like people's pictures. So I think Instagram is just growing and growing and growing. I don't know if everyone is moving away from Facebook, but personally, I definitely did. I don't post as much on Facebook anymore as I did in the past.
Oh, that's interesting. Justin, it's been very interesting talking to you, and thank you for spending the time. I know everyone's busy, and good luck with everything. And are you going to stand in line at the local Tops or wherever on the 1st of June?
It all depends. I think I'll for now I will just order something online and see how it goes. Let everyone just get their stock first.
Okay, Justin, thank you. I appreciate the time you've spent, and it was a pleasure talking to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me. Thank you so much, Will.
Thank you for supporting our show. If you would like to get more exposure for your business, please have a look at our sponsorship options. Thanks again for supporting About the Winelands. Please follow us on YouTube and on our social media channels. All details and links are in the description.